Hello there everybody, very good evening and welcome to another wine review from the Natural Sommelier. I hope you're all doing okay and enjoying some fantastic British wine or some wine from a small artisan style producer or producer who is following the organic, biodynamic or natural wine movement. Today we're actually going to be heading to something a little bit different to what I've been doing recently. We're going to be heading to a country that actually means a very great deal to me. It's South Africa. It means a very great deal to me because South Africa was the region, or country if you like, where the wine that I first tasted, that sort of got me into wine, actually came from. It was a Syrah-based blend from Swartland, from the Spice Route Winery, which is really exciting. It was a rich, full-bodied, chocolatey, spicy S-style Rhone blend, and that wine completely changed my life because that wine made me decide, you know what, I want to become a sommelier. This is what I want to do. And because of that wine, I'm now here talking about it, which is great. However, today we are going to be heading to an estate called Rumigate. This is their free-to-be Riesling. It's their 2019 vintage. I've not tasted this before. These guys are located in Siemensburg, which is in Stellenbosch, which is part of the Western Cape down in South Africa. A guy called Chris Boostred makes this. And they are also members of what I like to call the Biodiversity and Wine Initiative. The Biodiversity and Wine Initiative has a few crucial sort of roles within South Africa, mainly to prevent further loss of habitat in particular areas and to increase the total area of natural habitats and within those protected areas, which is really cool, and also to promote changing within farming practices to make a more sort of biodiverse sort of culture within the area, so that nature is all in harmony with each other with the vineyards, and there's no sort of chemicals being sprayed everywhere. It's really, really, really cool and really, really exciting. So this is actually made from Riesling. Riesling is a great variety that I love. And I know a lot of sommeliers like it too, mainly because of its acidity. So I'm really hoping this is going to be nice and sharp. Yeah? A lot of people look at Riesling and they automatically go to Germany and they think, all Rieslings are sweet. It's quite the opposite, actually. 95% of all Rieslings are bone dry. Really, really, really dry. They're great for drinking in the summer when it's nice and warm, mainly because they have a very low alcohol as well, which is fantastic. So this particular Riesling is grown on a 0.8 hectare vineyard, which is at the top of the estate, and it comes from vines which are around 12 years old. In order to make this, they destem all of their grapes. The fermentation then occurs with wild yeast within stainless steel tanks. The wine is then racked and then bottled straight away after fermentation, but it also has seen a tiny bit of skin contact. So I'm expecting a little bit of colour here, which is going to be good fun. Around 3,500 bottles of this were actually made, and it has an ABV of 12.5%. So let's open it up and let's have a little taste, shall we? Another fun fact about this particular winery is that they also have some on-site accommodation called Zebra Lodge and Zebra Cottage. I believe they're self-catering cottages, which is really cool. So I'm definitely going to have to go and give them a little check out whenever we can get to South Africa. I'd love to go and see it for myself. It'd be really, really cool. Be sure to check out their website, remhoogte. That's remhoogte.co.za. And check them out on Instagram as well. They've got some fantastic pictures and stuff of all of their wines and of the accommodation as well. So let's have a little taste and see what we think. Never too early in the day for a glass of wine, if you don't mind me saying. So on first appearance, the wine itself has this really lovely sort of pale lemon kind of colour. There's a little bit of viscosity in the glass. I can see remnants of sort of CO2, which confirms obviously having it put straight into bottle after the fermentation, which is really cool. Let's have a little nose. Ooh, it's very, very, very clean. It's one thing that I always get with Rieslings, first off, is that lovely aroma of lime juice. It's incredible. It's so much fun, and this is no exception at all. There's also a lovely aroma of sort of white grapefruit zest, a little bit of lemon pith as well, which is really exciting. I'm also getting some other fruits coming through, maybe a hint of sort of tropical fruit, I'm also getting a lovely floral aroma, some white florals, white sort of lilies and rose petals, etc., which is really, really exciting. There's also a hint of that sort of yeasty, biscuity brioche character as well. Having seen that slight skin contact and seeing that wild yeast as well, it's definitely evident as well. The wine itself has a minerality to it, which I quite like. You get that lovely aroma, sort of wet rocks, flint, etc. as well. Let's have a taste. That is a lovely, lovely Riesling. As I said earlier, not all Riesling is sweet, everybody, yeah? This Riesling is so good, it's literally salivating in my mouth, it's incredible. But unlike most Rieslings that you get, it has depth, it has body, it has character to it. There's a charm to it as well, and a certain elegance. On the palate, however, it is acidic, it is persistent, and all of those lovely characters that I tasted on the smelt even on the nose, are definitely here as well. Tonight we're actually going to be enjoying this with a lovely joint of some pork, which we're going to roast. We're going to be serving it with some celeriac and some roast potatoes that are going to be cooked in some chicken stock, which will be quite good fun. And then we're also going to be serving it with some lovely sort of fresh seasonal greens as well. I think this style of wine with pork would be fantastic. I think the weight of it with a nice rich sauce would be really, really cool as well. And a really nice alternative to something a little bit heavier, like your sort of Chardonnays and things like that, which can often have that oat dominance that can, in my opinion, slightly overpower the flavour of food. So this wine is available here in the UK from a company called Wanderlust Wine. They're based down in London. Their website is www.wanderlust, WANDERLUST wine.co.uk at £14.50 ex-VAT. Thank you very much indeed for joining us again this evening. I hope you're all safe. I hope you're all keeping well and drinking some incredible wine. Be sure to check out my Instagram page at The Natural Sommelier, as well as my Facebook and YouTube channel too, The Natural Sommelier, where all of these and some articles will be available to read as well. Up until next time, cheers.